Yo, what's rollin', fam squad? It's your boy Naffy Napkin, and I'm here with an epic video game called Plague Inc. My favorite. In fact, that's the opposite of Plague Inc. because in that game, you're playing as the virus, hoping to defeat humanity, while in this game, it's like a 2 to 4 player cooperative game where you're trying to defeat the virus. I'm making this video so that whenever me and my friends meet up in real life to play this, they can just watch this video and say, yeah, I know how to play. Most importantly, they get to know the thought processes while playing the game and doing these actions. And basically, I'm going to set up the game and play it by myself for gameplay, you know. You know, when I think about it, it's probably really naive that I think I'd be able to play with my friends IRL because of the real pandemic that's going on. Ah, whatever, shut up. Here it is. Here's the game. I'm gonna play it. I'm not drunk. First step is just to put your stuff that it says to put into the other stuff. So, I just put all the disease cubes in little petri dishes, little containers, just make it a bit more convenient. These disease cube things are basically what you put onto these circles. I'm being real articulate here. Just, these are diseases, okay? And there's four diseases that's going around in the world, and you can only put a black cube on a black city or a red cube on a red city. That's what a disease cube is. These are just little trinkets you put on the bottom here. Those are vials that indicate whether you've eradicated or cured that disease. This is the outbreak marker. You check whether there's outbreaks and stuff. If you get 8, you die. This is the infection marker. You put this in the infection rate thingy. This tells you how many cities to infect. You put these in the infection deck, and these tell you what cities to infect. These are the city cards that you put into your hand. There's the same deal of these things, except they don't affect cities. They're to help and stuff and make cures. These are epidemic cards. These tell you when an epidemic happens. Those are bad. These are events. These are helpful to the player. You can play one and do the thing on the card. So after putting everything on the table, step 2 is to infect the cities. So what you have to do is shuffle this whole thing, which I did. You have to pull out 3 cities. So this is all black. What a coincidence. Delhi, Karachi, and Moscow. Okay. You put these into the infection discard pile, and what you do is to put 3 disease cubes in all of these cities. Okay, you grab 3 more, and this time there's Jakarta, Atlanta, and Khartoum. But this time you only place 2 cubes of those color. Still not done yet. We gotta put 2 more cities. And this time they're all blue. Okay then. There you go, that's step 1. That's how you infect cities and shit. Second step is give roles to players. I'm gonna be playing a 3-player game on myself, so I'll be acting as 3 players. I did do a 2-player game alone. It was hard as hell. Well, here you go. Here's the big moment. These basically make or break the game. Scientist is the most boring one. We need 4 cards to discover a cure, a medic, remove all cubes of one color when doing treat disease and whatever, and quarantine specialist. I'll explain what they do when we're playing the game, but yeah. All I know is that these are bad cards. Okay, to give a hand, you just have to give 3 to people. It's 3 for a 3-player game. For a 2-player game, it's 4 cards. For a 1-player game, it's just 1. Alright, step 4 of just setting the game up it is to modify this deck, which is the player deck. What you want to do is shuffle all these event cards into this deck. After that, it's to divide this deck again into 4, so you can evenly distribute these epidemic cards, which are bad. After you have 4 of those decks shuffled, you just put them into one big deck, and then you can play, I think. Okay, one more thing. You can give out these cards, which are reference cards. You just pause the screen and then read whatever this says. These are just reference cards. If the player gets lost on what to do, you can just read these. But I don't need them, I'm a pro. Alright, if you survived the setup round, you can probably play the real game. Napkin, put this at the start-ish when you're editing this. There's one winning condition, which is what you want to do, and that is to cure all of these diseases. How you cure all those diseases is you get 5 of these cards. There's only 4 because my scientist has this ability, but whatever. You need 5 of one color to discard when you're at a research station, and that's how you cure one disease. You have to do that 4 times for all of these diseases. How you lose is if you have that outbreak marker. An outbreak, if one happens, I don't think it will though. Basically, if there's 3 cubes over here, and because an infect thing told me there was Tokyo, I'd have to put another cube here, and I can't handle more than 3 cubes for one city, which means I have to put 1 over here, and 1 over here, and San Francisco 1 all the way over here. But, yeah, that's what an outbreak is. You move that by 1. That's just one losing condition. The other one, if you ran out of these cubes, if you just run out of one color, you immediately lose. It spreads too much and whatever. And the third losing condition is if you lose all of these cards. And you have to take 2 at the end of every player's turn. You run out of time. That's 3 losing conditions. The winning condition is to cure all these. That's it. Alright. Everyone starts in Atlanta. You put down a research station, and there's my 3 players over there. What you can do in the first turn is, since I have medic, which allows me to remove all cubes of one color when doing treat disease, that makes it really efficient if I just go from there to over here and then cure these cubes. So that's what I'm gonna do. Direct flight was a chartered flight. Whatever, it's one of those flights. You can move here. Since my character has Riyadh, you can just discard it instead of moving over there into the player discard pile. And kabam! He's in Karachi, which took 1 move. Forgot to say that. You can do 4 actions in 1 turn, so it's this guy's turn, and his first move was to discard this card. Now he can do another action. This is his second action. He moves 1 city to the left, and he cures all the cubes, which is now 4 turns. And that's what a turn is, fellas. That's what you do. I was just being real efficient because it's medic. You can only treat 1 cube normally, by the way. So if this wasn't a medic, you can only do this. But because he's a medic, he can do this. Oh yeah, after this, all you have to do is draw 2 cards to the medic player, because he just did a move. And after that, you have to infect a few cities, because it says 2 on the infection rate. I only need to take these 2 cards, which is New York and Johannesburg. You put 1 infect cube thingy on that city. Alright, here's my second move. I sat down for a while, really thought about it. Here, I'm gonna use this government grant card that allows me to put a research station wherever I want. So, put this here. And then you can put 1 in Khartoum, so now my quarantine specialist can just move from there to here. heal these. That was one move. This is 2 moves. This is 3 moves. It's not a medic, so I can't do both. And its last move is just to move over here. And that's that for the quarantine specialist. The reason I want to go over here is because this fella has this card, which I can give to this player that has this ability. Yeah. You get it? Yeah, you better get it. Okay. And now after that, it's to do everything that after a player's turn, just infect more cards. And my quarantine specialist has to get... Holy shit! You know what that fucking means? Okay. I'm gonna scream. Move the infection rate for 1 space. You just have to follow the stuff on the cards. You know, it's not that hard of a game. Just follow stuff on the cards. Alright, now it's the scientist's turn, which you can do. It's just to move from a research station to another research station, which is shuttle flight here. Just know that it exists. Yeah, real fuck you. Move here. That's 1, 2 moves. She can heal, and then she can take this card from this fella to here. Okay, now for the time of you've been waiting for, I get to cure the yellow disease, finally. That's just 1 disease. I have to do that entire process 4 more times to collect all red cards, blue cards, and black cards. What a fun game we're playing. Oh, well, whatever. The next one I'm planning to get is red, because Past Napkin didn't mention this, but if it's still feeling kind of complicated, the main thing is during your turn, you just have to look at the reference card to know what to do. There's only like 3 basic ways to move, and after that, it's just curing or trading cards. The main heart of the game is to discuss with other players on what to do with your turn. So like if you have a certain card and another person has 4 cards of the same color and you want to give it to them, you talk with them, so you get to meet in a certain city. And yeah, it's basically just teamwork and cooperating and doing strategy and thinking ahead and thinking and do stuff. And after your turn, it's just to draw more cards and infect cities, and after every player's turn they do that, and you just go around in a cycle, and then eventually some guy gets 5 city cards of the same color, turns it in, and then she cures it, and now you're a 4th of the way through the game. That's basically it. After a few turns, I promise you'll just get into it. You'll get into the rhythm of the game, and you'll set goals for yourself to do stuff, and it just feels really natural, and at the very end of the game you'll feel accomplished or something. I don't know what that feels like. Hey, here's the last stretch. I've been playing this game for like 2 to 3 hours, lol. Here it is. Here's the final big one. Look at this shit. I'm 4 cubes away from dying. Okay, I just need to give cards. What the fuck? I have 2 cards left, which means I have to end it on the next turn. And guess fucking what? All I have to do is put this here, cure this in, and I win the game. Absolute fucking clutch. 2 cards left and 4 yellow cubes left. This is exactly the last time I played as well, except I was running out of cubes like this as well. And I was having a shit ton of outbreaks, and I was on the 7th one. So yeah, I hope you actually learned something from this video and everything I said made sense. If not, Pandemic is one of the easier games, one of the easiest board games to understand. It's also been rated as like one of the best or something. So like if you don't understand what's going on here, you will never understand, ever. Minecraft is harder than this, okay? I don't really have anything else to say except stay safe, stay indoors. Whenever God puts down these infect cities, cubes, just pray it won't be on yours. Just pray there's a quarantine specialist nearby, so no God puts him there, you know? That's it. That's it. I won, by the way. Just to remind you. The most important takeaway from this video is that I won, and I'm a winner, and I win. Fuck you. I have to clean all this mess up. Bye.